In this first video, I'm going to talk about and show you how to position and orient your electric or acoustic bass and your body in relation to gravity in order to optimize your bass playing technique. On electric bass, it's good to wear a strap even when you're sitting down. Adjust the length of the strap so that when you sit up straight, the bass barely touches your leg and most of the weight still comes through the strap into your shoulder. This makes the bass hang perpendicular to the ground, which is good geometry. Standing up, this is a good height for the bass, around the same as when I was sitting. If it's down here, it looks cool, but it's harder to play. Up here, you see guys play like this because they want to have their thumb in line with the bottom string so they can thump the bass, which is totally legitimate, but this is the standard, like this. On upright bass, we begin by finding the bass's own center of gravity by balancing it this way. And then we step up. Here I'm standing with the bass just lightly touching my body, and I don't have to hold it up at all, it stays up by itself, almost. This is a traditional standard way of positioning an acoustic bass, reaching back generations. The bass resonates more when it's standing perfectly perpendicular to the floor. I lean it over, it sounds and feels much different, even if it's a little bit off of its axis. The upper bout contacts your body in front of your hip and to the side of your gut. And the lower bout has contact with your knee, so you can change the angle using your leg and your arm together, like this. It looks like this. Balancing the bass like this frees your arms and your body. It's very liberating. This basic stance is based on what's called in yoga mountain pose. In our bass playing version of this pose, we stand with feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, and we feel our weight centered in a point that's right behind the ball of each foot. The sacrum hangs and the hips are movable. When we sit and play, whether it's electric or acoustic bass, we try to adapt that same posture. We still feel the weight in the sweet spots in each of our feet and in the sits bones, which are the top of the femurs at this spot that's anatomically it's called ischial tuberosity. It's where the femur meets the pelvis. So we have 4 points of weight distribution. Now, over the years I've tried a lot of different ways of positioning the bass, and I gotta say that I really hate those stools that they have bass players sit on that put all of your weight into one side of your butt, and then when your left foot is up on the rung, and it tips the bass back so it doesn't sound or respond as well. So I always stand when I play acoustic bass. When I have a big bass, I always stand up. With the exception of when I'm playing my Eminence, which is an abbreviated acoustic bass, the neck comes off to fit into a flight case, and you can lower the end pin short enough so that you can sit normally. Now in general, if you hold your bass the way I've described, you're not going to be able to see your fingers on the fingerboard. Instead, keep your attention outward, keep your head up, and play your instrument by feel. I've mentioned yoga, but I have to say that Alexander technique has optimized my playing more than anything else I've ever done, and really just transformed my life. I use it in my teaching, and I recommend it to anyone who's trying to improve the way they do anything. His name was F. Matthias Alexander. His work is known worldwide. You can find teachers in every city. There are many books about it. Alexander technique. So this first video has been about orienting your instrument and your body in relation to gravity. In the second video, we'll talk about wielding weight instead of using strength.